Today you'll be designing your painting, and so there's a few things that you need to know before you do that. Whenever you design abstract work, we think about the principles of design. So when we look at this picture of a person, there's lots of things going on, and it's all the colors and shapes that make it interesting and keep our eyes moving. On your worksheet, there are 4 different principles of design highlighted. The first is movement. And when we look at these 4 images on the right, um, our eyes move in all of them. So of the elements, shape, color, value, texture, line, space, type, and form, which one do you think is moving your eye? The answer is line. All of these just use line to keep our eyes moving. It's a great way to use movement in a work of art. Here is a fine art painting by Regina Reed, and you can see the shapes kind of are linear, and it keeps our eyes moving from this center area here and out. And then all of the colors pick up and our eyes move to go from one color to another or to connect the red or the blue or the yellow. On your worksheet, I would like you to draw an example of movement. When you look at these 6 examples, one of them does not have visual movement. I'm going to give you a minute to look at all 6. Can you tell which one it is? This one, where all 4 shapes are the same size, does not have movement because our eyes don't know where to go next. They kind of bounce. All of the rest of these, whether the line here goes from narrow to wide, or we've got small to large shapes, or this zigzag line, it's clear to where to go, or here, even though the shapes aren't touching, the small to large keeps our eye moving. So draw one example of movement in your worksheet. The next thing we're thinking about is emphasis. Emphasis gives direction and creates interest. So it also is known as the focal point. So it's the thing that grabs our attention. If that guy was not standing in this foggy forest, it would be a very boring picture. But because he's in a dark suit and our eyes capture that interesting shape and it's different, it creates emphasis. In this fine art painting, which is also abstract, it's the big color splash in the center that gives it interest or focal point. If it didn't have that, it would basically be a blue painting. On your worksheet, you're going to draw an example of emphasis. You can create emphasis by making it the brightest thing, changing the shape like the lines over here where everything's linear and then we've got the triangle. You can make things go a different direction. So if everything's vertical, make something horizontal. Give something texture or pattern when everything else is simple, or you can isolate it or leave it by itself. So here are some examples. This dark black dot is creating a spot to look at here, and then everything radiates out from there. Here we've got simple line designs, but again, that contrast or the dark square guides our eyes. So as we look at these 4 examples of emphasis, any of those also create a spot to look at. So draw an example in your worksheet of emphasis. Pause the video if you need to. Emphasis works best when you use the rule of thirds. So that says that when you are deciding where your emphasis is going to go, that it should be in a third of your composition. So if we divide our rectangle into thirds vertically and horizontally, I've got the mountains on one line and this person here, we get these 4 places where those lines intersect, and that's where you should put your focal point. So this photograph shows the lighthouse over on a third of the sheet, and it's a more interesting and dynamic composition. Rhythm or repetition is pattern that's created by repeating or varying elements. The space between the elements can be regular or irregular, and there's movement from one element to the next. Here is a piece of fine art where we see repetition and rhythm. The colors and shapes are very similar, although they're not exactly the same, so our eyes move from one to the next. Here are some pieces where the repetition is the same size as it gets smaller. And then this one, we have variation. We've got lots of geometric shapes where it creates this sense of repetition. Our eyes kind of bounce or stop as we look through the piece. But there's lots of different shapes that are doing that, not just the same shape like the one on the left. So on your worksheet, repetition can be regular, same shape, same spacing, or irregular. Same shape, different sizes, and different spacing. Then here over on the right, I've got some other examples. So in your worksheet, you're drawing an example of repetition. Yours could also look something like this. Repetition can be made by a simple pattern or line. It doesn't have to be a shape. Our last one is variety within unity. So variety means difference. So here I've got 3 different shapes. I've got the triangle, circle, and square, the 3 basic shapes in graphic design. But then to create unity, I need to repeat those. So if you look over here, I don't have just one triangle, I've repeated it 2 more times. I don't have just one circle, I've repeated it several times. And then here's the square, repeated again. So I've also included a little bit of pattern, which then also gives little pops and keeps my eye moving because I'm connecting those patterns. Look at your worksheet and read through the directions. You're going to be creating your design. So as you look at these, your design should repeat shapes. It should have visual movement. It should include pattern. We want to think about those rule of thirds as you're placing your objects. And then remember, we don't want everything the same size because that is boring. These directions are also on your worksheet, and good luck. Ask a neighbor or find me if you have any questions.